Back at it again with more standard decks. So I've been playing so much standard over the last week. This new format has been crazy. I'm trying to keep up with everything, and it seems like now, I've said this a million times, and I'm going to say it again because it's meaningful. After about a week, after a new set, new format, rotation, whatever it is, card nerfs, it takes about a week for the metagame to settle and for established decks to kind of emerge and become the new lay of the land. So we are there now. And if you're new here, I generally like to break down the standard metagame and play decks on here so that you guys can see actually how good they are, some of the intricacies of play, stuff like that. So this time I'm doing it with Unholy AGGRO. It's a Death Knight variation. It's essentially just a Grave Strength deck. I was playing this a bunch in the Brawliseum before Cataclysm came out. Grave Strength just seemed very obviously a good card. It's kind of funny actually because I was sitting there before I opened all my Cataclysm packs and I was like, what do I play? I don't have any Cataclysm cards, so how do I be competitive? Not realizing I could have opened my Cataclysm packs. Doy. But I'm sitting there in the Brawliseum, I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? And I came across Grave Strength and I was like, oh, that seems really good. I mean, compared to all the other classes and the stuff I had available, that card seemed fantastic. So I built a deck with that, and it was actually not very far off from this. I think I had Shadows of Yesterday, a lot of similar cards in here. Where is it? Swarmguard and Living Paradox, fantastic cards. Just stuff that's going to make more guys or give you some card advantage. Ancient Raptor makes more guys. And then things that are going to then win you the game, like Grave Strength. Last Stand is phenomenal. And Remnant of Rage, always great, but in the Brawliseum it wasn't legal, so we didn't get to see the full-blown power level. Now that we've got this in the standard metagame, this deck looks insane. And lastly, Chow Down is insane. It's 8 mana for 25 attack. You get 5/5/4s. And if you spend corpses, they get rushed, so you can do something immediately. Just insane card. So we're going to take this for a test run, see how good it actually is. It is now on HS Replay, one of the tier A decks in the metagame, which says a lot because for a hot minute it was all this same established stuff that we knew about. It was like I think it was Herald Warrior, Imbue Druid, Aggro Druid, Face Hunter, and maybe one other deck were like the top decks for that first week or so. So seeing that finally shift and seeing the metagame kind of settle and find a new place and some good momentum, I think we're going to see some interesting things evolve and innovate in the standard metagame now. So let's see.
Serve me in death.
Okay, can't keep Chow Down. Mosquito's cool, but I've always found it to be a little awkward in the opening hand unless you have a bunch of 1-drops or something. Like if I had, Murmy and an Ancient Raptor or something, or even double Mosquito could be okay. Falric's actually a pretty good card. And we are playing against Shaman, so we do have to be conscious of that. And Shaman is one of the new tier A decks, so like the whole new tier A is basically Imbue and Aggro Druid, this deck, Unholy Death Knight, Herald Shaman, and Aura Paladin. I'm not so sure about Aura Paladin, but we will find out. I don't know if I should be throwing away Mosquito or Falric here. I like Falric a lot, but I'm going to give it a try just to see. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I get the feeling Mosquito's probably something you throw away most games, because playing it on turn 1 just seems kind of bad, especially considering I don't have a turn 2 play right now. This is an awkward hand. So I'm going to chill, I think. It's not ideal for an aggro deck, obviously, but awkward hands will happen.
That's incredible.
Okay. That's a super awkward draw. Alrighty then. Well, these Twilight Eggs get worse and worse the longer they're out there, so might as well hit one. Jeez, that could be bad. That could be real bad. And of course they got the healing one. Wow, we're just drawing horribly here. Well, that's the way it goes. I mean, there are, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, the deck's about half and half for 3 cost and below, and then 4 cost and up. So we're drawing the top end of our deck. So Reborn and Death Rattle is summon a 2/2 Undead Beast with Taunt. So I think this guy's pretty good. He's make 5/5s now. That's gonna be tough. But from this position, Last Stand is not bad.
That didn't go as
Interesting plays over here. They're not really aggressive at all, and that's not what Herald Shaman is known for, so it's possible they're a different variation of the deck, but oh goodness, okay. I kind of want to Last Stand. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable play here. God, these are going to make 5/5s, and it's only going to get worse every turn, so I'm feeling like it might be good to get rid of these, because, I mean, these all summon 4-cost minions now. Yeah, and it's probably good to just stifle the growth that they're having now, rather than dealing with 8/8s or 9/9s later. Oh, that's a mistake, he says. Okay, thank you, random person. But yeah, feeling pretty good so far, because even if they do get rid of these minions, I've got the guys that come off of the Death Rattle, as well as a bunch of stuff to follow up with. Like Chow Down alone is a phenomenal card. And having another Swarmguard, I think, is going to be pretty handy also. After you use your hero power, deal 5 damage to a random enemy. Okay, what is happening? They're playing Egg Shaman? This is the first time I've seen an Egg Shaman deck. Never in any of my days have I seen. Okay, I have 13 attack on board here. This will give an additional 12 for 25. How do I want to play this here? So deal 1 damage to all enemies. And whenever I use my hero power, 5 to a random enemy. So, oh no, 25, 26, plus another 3 would be 29. I think we just go for it. I was really hoping that hit their face and just be game. Alright, so we can put them to 1, that's fine. Make no mistakes, bro. Don't do it. Ay, ay, ay. This is pretty crazy. Even with a slow hand like that, we still ended up with a really explosive turn. And they can't kill this guy, because he'll just kill them. Yeah, Egg Shaman is a crazy one. I did not have that on my bingo card. But I guess that's kind of what I meant by innovation. There's going to be people playing some weird stuff, and that's just the way it's got to be. Okay.
Little time.
They're doing a lot, but this is crazy. Alright, so now that's okay, sure. They go to 2.
You dare stand against the wind?
Yeah, I think we just play a bunch of dudes. Ooh, that's nice. 2, 3, I was hoping to play Swarmguard, but I think this will probably just seal the deal. Because I doubt they're going to have any other forms of lifesteal coming up. Yeah, they're still 3 breaks away for that, so I'm not super concerned there.
My rule is eternal. I have but little time.
Yeah, why don't we do this, and then I'm thinking I'll do this as well. This will get some of their guys out of the way. Let's do that. And this guy will deal 4 damage off the spell, so even if they put up taunt minions or something, should be able to get rid of him pretty easily. Okay, draw cards all you want. Oh, wow. Yeah, they're dead. That's pretty funny. Alright, so Egg Shaman has been taken down. Who would have thought? I have not seen Egg Shaman at all. That's so fascinating. I'm trying to think of what would make that playable. Because from what I saw, it was basically just Herald Shaman with an egg stuffed in there. Which doesn't seem ideal. I don't know that Shaman has any special tools outside of other classes that would make it any better to play the egg. And for all we know, it's just going to be an egg-centric format. Like, egg could be the new Elise, where if you're not playing it, you're just worse off. But who knows? I guess they're also assuming that, like, because of their Herald minions, their egg can have +1 attack and attack into things and break a couple of times over some turns. I don't know. It's very interesting. I actually like this a lot. I'm a really big fan of Swarmguard. I think that card's really good. Might be a little hasty for Grave Strength. Yeah, we're going to throw this back. As loose as this may seem, I think Grave Strength, yeah, like this is a great card, or a great hand. Oh wow, we got a full-blown curve. Look at this. Interesting. No deja vu, no nothing.
The exit is this way.
Solid minion. My favorite is when you get Totem Golem off of Maze Guide. I love that that's a core card now, because you can just get a 2-mana 3/4 off of Maze Guide. Just craziness. Prep, okay, into... Sure. Well, look at that. Good old King Lane. I think we're going to stay aggressive. This also makes plenty more corpses when they die. And we'll trade here. Yeah, I don't think you mind trading too much in the early turns, because there are so many minions in this deck that summon other minions that you can usually pull ahead if you're just trading resource for resource. Because the 1-for-1 of trading is not exactly the same as... Ooh, that's not bad. The 1-for-1 of trading is not exactly the same as a normal 1-for-1 if your one was like a 3-for-1 to begin with. Sure. Do I do this? I think I do this next turn because I can go last stand right after I play it, and then it'll summon a minion. I don't want the situation where, like, if they go attack here and then these two attack here and I've got one minion, then I play this and last stand, and it seems a little bit worse playing this on 2 minions. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for it here. Hopefully that's not being too hasty with it. Okay, interesting. Ooh, look at that. I kind of feel like I still last stand. It's not amazing, but I mean, it'd be way better if I could get that other Swarmguard out, but there's no guaranteeing I'll have a bunch of minions when I play last stand then.
Death calls.
Yeah, no matter how I slice this, I feel like even if I could play Swarmguard, it seems a little bad right now. So I could do that and then just swing 6 at their face. Likely I'm going to lose 2 minions next turn. If not more, I'll have 4 minions next turn instead of the 3. I think this is still the play. And that's just a swing. Discover spell and 3 damage death rattle. Alright, 3 damage is annoying. It's something I do have to consider now. And I'm not sure at this point what the school of thought on King Lane is. Like, if you've got King Lane in your hand, do you just... Oh, wow. Okay. Well, if you've got King Lane in your hand, do you just chill with him? Do you play him as soon as possible? I'm genuinely wondering, like, what the school of thought is in the Hearthstone community about it. Because I don't know how many people have really strong feelings about what you do when you've got a King Lane in your hand. Because Garona is pretty bad. It'll cut your life in half, but they also have to be confident enough that you have it in order to play Garona, so I've always found that to be kind of a mixed bag. A lot of times I just hold on to King Lane, because paying 3 mana to draw a card does take up a decent amount of resource that normally I don't want to waste on something like that. So, interesting thoughts, I guess. So I don't think there's going to be any holy spells in an unholy Death Knight deck. I will get Divine Shield at the end of my turn. Alright, so good board position, and we don't have to worry about that location anymore. I'm actually really surprised they used it there. The welcome home is normally really great, but that didn't seem like the best time to use it, considering I had the death rattle on my minions. Sure.
I will transcend this world.
Alright, so now I'm in a position where using King Lane could make sense. Quick math. I've got 5, 6 with this, plus I can add 12 more, that'd be 18 with Grave Strength now. I could make a case for that.
Death calls.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for it. I think it's normally a good idea to just go for it. Ideally, you're gonna beat them with it, but sometimes you wait and you're like, oh, I gotta set up the kill, I can't get them close, I gotta go all the way, and you just don't end up getting there because, you know, it gives them more time to set up, or more time to, or set up defenses, stuff like that, take care of your minions. So if you have an opportunity to deal, you know, a bunch of damage, put them at very low single digit life total, probably worth it. Because what do they do from here? Like with my hero power, I can peck away for 1 a turn if they don't have anything with taunt. They gotta use all their resources to make sure my minions are gone.
Someone called.
Haha. Okay.
In the shadows.
I'm very surprised that the rogue decks are playing Spy Mistress. Just a 1-mana 3/1 with stealth. Ooh, Chow Down is a card. That's a card. Yeah, I love playing Chow Down, so I'm just gonna play it. How do you not? 25 attack for 8 mana? It's just actually insane. And that's even without corpses. Like, you play Chow Down and you just get that. I really don't understand how that's a card. Power creep is real. Alright, Sinester's cool and all, but they need some very specific cards here. Sure. Aren't they still dead? They need one more thing here. What else we got? Okay, 2-0. This deck's pretty good, as to be expected. At first I was surprised that more people weren't playing this style of deck on the ladder, because Grave Strength, very great card, and then the amount of resources either in Death Knight or just in general between Living Paradox and all these other cards, like, just seems like a no-brainer. I don't remember if I tried playing this deck at all. I was probably too distracted playing the bunch of other things that I hadn't played before. It was a lot of fun to learn, you know, the Tolvir Hunter, the Face Hunter deck. There was some interesting Paladin decks coming out up until we found that Aura Paladin was the best Paladin. Again.
Will serve me in death.
Yeah, I've probably played against this Death Knight deck on the ladder a handful of times, maybe 2 or 3. Huh. I think we do this. I like the Pterodactyl. Or Pterrordax. I always call it a pterodactyl. I want it to be a different kind of dinosaur. And it is, yeah, it looks like a pterodactyl, doesn't it? It looks like it's got some wings. Anyways. What do we do here? Double Grave Strength. Huh. They are playing Ysera, so I know they're not an aggro deck, so I probably don't have to rush out a minion to make sure I'm the first one on board. If they didn't have Ysera, I probably would have been able to make a case for Coin Maze Guide. because that would give me something to make sure I can retain priority of the board. I play a minion, then they play a minion, I attack their minions, so on and so forth. I kind of just want to attack that. Alright, we'll do this. Okay. Well, that was pretty good. Let's make sure we get rid of that guy. And what do we get? Ooh, that's a good card. 2 mana 4/4s are always great. Even if they got downsides. The downside's got to be pretty high to not play the 2 mana 4/4. I'm thinking this is the play. I could also go like this and this off of the coin. But I think this and possibly coin Shadows of Yesterday next turn could be really good.
Death itself draws near.
With every step, the light guides you.
Yeah, I kind of like Shadows of Yesterday here. What do we get? 3 poisonous. They all have elusive? That's pretty crazy. I think I want something else. Triple poisonous is nuts, but I think having some more protective abilities, some more reborn. Triple Wind Fury, now that's what I'm talking about right there. Triple Wind Fury with Grave Strength is insane. So, from here, yeah, I guess we gotta chill, yeah. So yeah, Grave Strength is amazing with Wind Fury minions, as you would imagine. Whew, okay. That's a little brutal. Okay. That's pretty rough. Well, let's refill that board. Well, we got plenty of corpses now, at least.
Most intriguing.
So 6 mana.
Get down!
Okay, this is going to be a tough match, it looks like. Experimental animation is rough. Okay, plus husk, sure. So the leeches are going to eat up my 2/1s.
I have but little time.
Wow. I think I have to do this.
Nothing can prevent your end. Shall suffer.
Okay, that's a little better. I wouldn't be surprised if they play some more leeches here. Yep, as suspected. Okay. They just got earthing. Just everything. Alright, I think we found a bad matchup. They've got all of the tools of things that we don't want to see. More spam on Twitch. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Alright. This is nuts. Well, let's see what we get off of this. Bygone Echoes is not bad. This guy's also reasonable, but I think Bygone Echoes gives us a better chance. Well...
The soul is mine.
Yeah, this is unfortunate, but it does make sense that this would be a tough matchup for us. Man, holding double grave strength too, that's that's really unfortunate.
All are nourished when the cycle renews.
You are prepared for wars to come.
I'm trying to think of what would really matter if I drew. Chow Down could probably be helpful here. Maybe Shadows of Yesterday.
Little time.
Yeah, not a lot of other good draws, I think. Yeah, okay, we're done. Murmy. Thank you for that. Alright, so 2-1. Yeah, there's bound to be decks that will do this. Yeah, generally the aggro decks have some really good stats, but there are those matches where you just have to admit that you're gonna lose. And as you probably know, 60% is a fantastic win rate in Hearthstone, so if you're winning 60% and sometimes you just have to forfeit a match because you don't have the tools, that's still reasonable.
The Lich King versus Valir.
Watch your back.
Alright, another rogue.
Will serve me in death.
Sweet. I think pretty much every game we want Last Stand. Wow, okay. I didn't mean right now, but sure. We definitely want it later. Yeah, pretty much every game you want Last Stand and Grave Strength.
The exit is this way.
I will transcend this world.
Yeah, sad part about some of these aggro decks too is after a while it's just like, alright, so I'm just gonna keep playing dudes and keep attacking. Cool. Like, it's fine and it is powerful, but in my opinion it gets a little mundane. Just a little, you lose some of the intricacies of play. Sure, like the combat and the interaction is definitely where you get more of the intricacies with a deck like this, but I really enjoy finding the right sequencing of spells and, you know, like figuring out how to draw what in your deck. Like I was a really big fan of Egg Priest and Egg Warrior because there was so much intricacy of play. And it's just a completely different animal than this. Not that one is necessarily like better or worse, I just know I enjoy the other one better. You can only play aggro so long while maintaining your sanity, in my opinion. Last Stand doesn't seem bad here. I think it's probably fine if you've got 3 or more minions. And it's definitely an upgrade from what I have out there. Probably makes them think twice before attacking them. They did not look like they thought even half of a thought there.
Get down! Are you a fan of knives?
Sure.
I haven't passed in a while.
Bloodhoof Brave. Love that guy. Ooh, into Shadows of Yesterday? Hello. That's not bad. Do I just go for it?
Death calls.
I'm thinking I'm gonna do some of these guys first. Ooh, Whelp of the Bronzes seems good.
The exit is this way. Start running.
Cool. So now I can fill up the board and I still have this at the ready. I think if they got removal, I'd much rather they use it on these guys as opposed to the Shadows of Yesterday minions, because this can give me Wind Fury and a variety of other things. Plus this gives me a little bit of time to hopefully draw Grave Strength, Last Stand, something like that. Would love to see a Remnant of Rage. Haven't seen a Remnant of Rage in any of these games so far, except for that one opening hand. Yeah, so they got all kinds of removal over there. trade Opal?
The true master.
Alright, so now that I got Chow Down, I'm definitely gonna just run the Shadows of Yesterday. Actually, hold up here. Double Reborn's not bad. I kind of like that. Ooh, one of them has Rush. Let's go.
Death itself draws near. Eons wither away.
Alright, seems good. Looks like Chow Down's gonna do it though, probably. Yeah, I think we got him.
You are prepared for the wars to come.
Got him. Alright, 3-1. This deck is very real. It's got a good rogue matchup. I'm very surprised that Rogue isn't higher up on the tier of decks in the metagame. I feel like Rogue is a decent deck, but maybe the stats just, I don't know, it is a little dependent on the luck of what you get from your heralded minions. Because it is random spells, they just happen to cost a little less.
I will go forward at any cost.
All will serve me in death.
We're gonna try this. Oof, okay. Well, is what it is. I did just say we haven't had a Remnant of Rage, so we have Remnant of Rage now. Phenomenal card. Love Remnant of Rage. It makes me miss Dangerous Cliffside a lot. Alright, let's see how our Imbue Druid matchup is. Very slow starting hand. Yeah, I'm really excited. One of the next decks I'm going to play is Arena Warrior. I've been wanting to play Gladiatorial Combat for a while. It always seemed like a really silly, fun card. It's like, I think it's 5 mana, you put a creature, or you put a minion from your deck into play, and your opponent gets like a 5/5 stealth or something like that. It always seemed so crazy cool. Let's see, how do I want to play this?
Death calls.
It's always so annoying when you get this guy, because it's so hit or miss if it's actually going to do anything. There are some cards from the new expansion in this deck, but I don't think it's enough to really matter.
Must have slept in.
Alright, not feeling super great about this matchup so far. Actually, why don't I look at how this matchup actually plays out, because you can do that. Okay, so Unholy Death Knight versus Imbued Druid. It's got a 53% win rate, but I can't imagine that's with the hand I started with. Yeah, this is far from optimal here. Shadows of Yesterday and Chow Down should be helpful, but this is not a great position.
My rule is eternal.
Get down!
I mean, I am still at 30. There is a chance, but they do now have Wildwood Circle in their hand, which is an incredibly problematic card. There it is. Alright, so we're kind of toast now. Once somebody drops the Wildwood Circle, if you don't have a board or any sweeping removal, you're kind of stuck. I think we're going to need something with Taunt. Hopefully. Please. Okay, that's a little better.
Time is running out.
Yeah, I can't imagine we're going to make it through this, but might as well try.
Lost to time.
Yeah.
Lost to time. Eons within.
Yeah. Shoot! Get down!
Eternal prison hath but little time.
And I guess we throw that out there? Let's see. Chow Down will help a lot if I can stick that. Okay. Sure. Alright, so I think I'm alive for now. I'm thinking I trade with minions here, play Chow Down. This is going to give me a 2/2 taunt.
Death calls.
Yeah, I think Chow Down is the best route here. Alright, we're still alive. Let's see what we can do. Oh man, if they don't have any taunt minions, I could just stick the Grave Strength and take them down. That would be really epic. Is it gonna go? Oh my god, is that good? Please let that be what happens. Come on. Come on. No chameleon. Of course they have chameleon. Alright. Alright.
Time is running out.
We were this close. So I've got 15, 16, plus 12. So close. That's 28.
Death calls.
I think I play Last Stand, but I'm trying to figure out what else I play.
Death calls.
The exit is this way.
I have but little time.
I remember this place well.
My father sent his greetings.
Alright, let's see. Holding the Grave Strength, there is a decent chance I could take this down still.
Druids of Azeroth.
Ooh,
The
that's a
dream
card.
beckons.
That is a very good card.
Forces of nightmare.
Of course it's Omen. But thankfully, I don't think that's... I think I can still take them down if they don't have anything else.
Time is running out.
this could be it. So 11, 12 with this, plus 15 is 27. This will deal 3 damage to all enemies.
Death calls.
All of my minions summon 4-cost guys. I gotta do this. This. This.
Get down!
Alright, unfortunate that I had to use the Grave Strength there, but it was that or, you know, have no chance of winning, so at least there's still a chance. Shadows of Yesterday is still very powerful, but really depends on how they play these next couple of turns. Knowing Malorn is gone is a big help. I think they sometimes play Shaladrasil. I would be concerned about that card. Hybridization. What a card. Hybridization is one of my favorite reasons to play Imbue Druid. Ooh, yeah, I love me some Spirits of the Forest. Okay. Might as well gain some life. Triple Reborn. I will keep that. Sure. Give me a little bit of resiliency. They can now draw 3 cards off of a Mirdrasil. Not what I would have expected. They play that card? Yeah, they just straight play that card. That surprises me. Oh, what's this? After you discover a card, reduce its cost by 1. Alright. Seems handy. I am a little surprised they've only gotten up to 7 7s on their hero power. Normally when the game goes this long... Oh, God. Okay, that's pretty nuts. Okay, so Wicker Fang plus Hatchery Helper is pretty good. Oh, God. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, that is the nail in the coffin for sure. Yeah, how do you... how do you beat that? Alright, they got us. So finishing 3 and 2 is fine. 60%, like I said, is a fine win rate. It's a small sample size. I wonder if I can do a little better over a larger sample size. The Imbue Druid matchup is also supposed to be good. This was a relatively slow hand. Possibly could have mulliganed a little bit better, but didn't draw very well in the beginning. But still had a chance. You know, there was a couple turns there where it seemed pretty likely that we could have taken that down. But interesting testing nonetheless. I think this deck is great. Makes sense why it's in the top tier of standard decks right now. I don't know if it's a deck I'm going to continue to play very much. Like I said, aggro is very much like play dudes, attack with dudes, huzzah. Like, it reminds me a lot of AGGRO Paladin from the last format. Like, it is probably good, but I don't know. There's a ceiling for me with decks like this. I want a little bit more interaction. It's not just what minions do I attack with or what minions do I attack so I can hit their face. But cool nonetheless. Big thank you if you guys are following already. If you already know me, I like to break down the metagame and playtest decks so you can see how they work, as well as the intricacies of, you know, playing them, sequencing cards, all that type of stuff, how to play against specific decks, things like that. So catch you guys next time. Peace and love.